Billions of kilometers away in space, a threat is approaching us, and it is not going to stop. Another galaxy is moving fast towards our Milky Way galaxy. Its name is Andromeda, and it is approaching us at a speed of 110 kilometers per second. This is not a theory. It is real, and one day, it will collide with our galaxy. This collision will be so huge that two entire galaxies will meet each other. Billions of stars, billions of planets, and innumerable black holes will all become part of a new universe. Our sun, our Earth, and the sky that we see today will change forever. But the question is, will our Earth survive this collision? And will humanity be able to see this scene? In this series, we will learn the entire story of this upcoming collision. When will this collision happen? How will it happen? And how will it affect our solar system? And most interestingly, how will the new galaxy look like after this collision? Before understanding the collision, let's get to know our galaxy. Our Milky Way is a spiral galaxy that is a flat disk from which long rotating spiral arms come out. Its shape is so large that if we measure it from one end to the other at the speed of light, it will take about 100,000 light years. That is, the fastest thing like light takes 100,000 years to travel from one end to the other. There are about 100 to 400 billion stars in this galaxy. Along with all these stars, there are billions of planets, clouds of dust, and huge clouds of gas. Our own sun is also one of these billions of stars, which is present on the edge of the galaxy, about 26,000 light years away from the center. That is, we are not in any special place. We are just sitting in an ordinary corner of this huge disk. There is a supermassive black hole in the middle of the Milky Way. Its name is Sagittarius A. This is the power that binds the entire galaxy together. Our sun, and with it our entire solar system, is revolving around this center. It takes us 23 billion years to complete a full circle. This is a galactic year, and now Andromeda is moving towards this huge house. Now let's talk about the galaxy that is coming towards us. Andromeda is about 2.5 billion light years away from us. This is our closest, largest galaxy, and we can also see it clearly at night without a telescope. It looks like a faint light in the sky, and when you see it, you are actually seeing a light 25 million years old, which started when humans were still in their initial form on Earth. Andromeda is also a spiral galaxy, just like our Milky Way, but it is bigger than us. Its diameter is about 2.2 million light years. That is more than twice our galaxy. It has about 1 trillion stars, which is many times more than our galaxy. And there's also a supermassive black hole in the middle of it, which is about 50 times heavier than our Sagittarius A. The history of Andromeda's discovery is also very interesting. Until 100 years ago, scientists thought it was just a cloud of dust, which is present inside our Milky Way. But in the 1920s, Edwin Hubble proved that it is actually a completely different galaxy, which is very far from us. This discovery changed the whole astronomy, because until then, humans thought that the Milky Way was the whole universe. Andromeda told us that the universe is much bigger than we think. Very few people know that Andromeda is coming towards us. Scientists learned about this much later. In 1912, American astronomer Weston Slipher first examined Andromeda's light. He used a technique called spectroscopy, in which the light is broken into its colors. And he found something very surprising. When something is moving away from us, its color turns red, which is called a red shift. And when something is coming towards us, its light turns blue, which is called a blue shift. This is exactly the same as when a car comes towards us. It makes a different sound. And when it goes away, it makes a different sound. Slipher saw that there is a blue shift in Andromeda's light, which means it is moving towards us. This was a shocking discovery. Until then, whatever we knew about the universe, all the galaxies were moving away from each other. But Andromeda was a disaster. In the years to come, there will be more accurate measurements. And today we know that Andromeda is approaching us at a speed of about 110 kilometers per second. This speed is so high that it is far beyond the reach of a human spacecraft. Now the real question is, why are two galaxies moving towards each other? The answer is gravity. Everything in the universe pulls each other towards itself. Whether it is two small stones or two large galaxies. Milky Way and Andromeda are so heavy that they are pulling each other from billions of light years away. And this pull is so powerful that there's no power to stop it. But here it is important to understand one thing. Most of the universe is expanding. That is, the galaxies are moving away from each other. Then why are Milky Way and Andromeda moving towards each other? The reason is that these two galaxies are part of the same group, which is called the local group. There are about 80 galaxies in this group, and the gravity that binds them all together is more powerful than the expansion of the universe. That's why they are not moving away, but moving towards each other. Scientists have studied the movement of these two galaxies in depth. At first, it seemed that Andromeda was coming straight towards us, but in recent years, Hubble Space Telescope has been used to accurately measure it, and it turned out that Andromeda's movement is a little crooked. Now the biggest question is, when will this collision happen? Scientists have calculated it, and the answer is about 4.5 billion years later. It takes a long time to hear, and it really is. So much time that it is difficult to imagine. Human civilization has only been 10,000 years now. For 0.5 billion years means about 4.5 lakh times more time than human history. That is, when this collision happens, nothing on Earth will be left that is present today. But here is an interesting thing. For 0.5 billion years is the time when our own sun will be close to its end. Today, the age of the sun is about 4.6 billion years, and its total life is considered to be about 10 billion years. That is, by the time this collision happens, the sun will be moving towards becoming a red giant. Its shape will spread so much that it will swallow the Earth. That is, even if humanity survives by then, our solar system will be on the verge of extinction. But it is also true that the collision will not happen at once. This is a slow process that will be completed in millions of years. First, both the galaxies will touch each other and leave, then return due to gravity, and many times moving back and forth, will finally meet completely. It could take about 6 to 7 billion years to complete. That is, it is such a cosmic dance that will be completed on the scale of the universe, not on the human scale. When we talk about the collision of two galaxies, a terrible picture comes to mind. Billions of stars collide with each other, explosions all around, and a terrible devastation. But the real truth is completely different from this. In a universe, the distance between the stars is so great that even if two galaxies meet completely, the probability of collision of different stars is almost zero. Let's understand this in one way. Our closest star is Proxima Centauri, which is 4.24 light years away from us. If our sun is made in the shape of an orange, then Proxima Centauri will be another orange star about 2,000 kilometers away from that orange. That is, the empty space between two stars is billions of times larger than its own size. When two galaxies collide, it is not a collision of two crowded cities, but a mixture of two almost empty clouds. But this does not mean that nothing will happen. Even if the stars collide, their dimensions will change completely. The path of each star will be decided in a new way. Some stars will be thrown out of the galaxy and will wander alone in space forever. Some will start walking on new cosmic paths, and our sun will also be one of them, whose place will change completely. Now let's talk about the question that we are thinking the most. Where will our own solar system be in this collision? Scientists have done many simulations, and what has come out is very interesting. There can be many possible results of our solar system, and all of these possibilities are different. One result may be that our sun reaches the outer edge of the new galaxy, where we are today, which is a very different place. Another possibility is that our sun reaches deep inside the new galaxy, near the center. This will be a dangerous place because there is a lot of radiation and stars. And the third possibility, which is expected to be the least, is that our sun is thrown out of the entire galaxy. That is, we will become such stars that are not part of any galaxy, just wandering alone in space. But the most interesting thing is that as a result, the inner structure of our solar system may not change. That is, the sun and its planets will remain connected. The Earth will keep revolving around the sun, and the moon will keep revolving around the Earth. Our entire solar system will be in a new universal area. But by that time, there may not be any life left on Earth, so there will be no one to see this change. Now let's do an interesting imaginary journey. Suppose we are billions of years ahead of the Earth, and it is a few billion years before the collision. How will our sky look like? Today, Andromeda looks like a small cloud to us, but as it gets closer, it will get bigger and brighter. There will come a time when it will cover a large part of the sky. Scientists have made imaginary images of it, and they are more beautiful than any science fiction film. About 2 billion years later, if someone looks at the sky from the Earth, he will see the spiral arms of Andromeda clearly. It will look many times bigger than our moon. The sky at night will glow with the light of 2 galaxies. It will be such a view that you may not find anywhere else in the universe. But there is a sad truth with this beauty. When this view will be at its peak, by then the sun will be so hot that there will be no sea on the Earth. The wind will be gone. That is, there will be no one to see this beautiful sky. It will just be an empty, dry, burnt Earth. Maybe at that time, humanity would have settled on some other planet and would be looking at this universal view from there. The most explosive part of the collision will be missing if we do not talk about the black holes present in the center of both galaxies. There is Sagittarius, a star in the middle of Milky Way, which is 400,000 times heavier than the Sun. The black hole in the middle of Andromeda is about 20 billion times heavier than the Sun. When these two huge black holes will reach close to each other, there will be a very special event in the universe. These two black holes will gradually start revolving around each other. With each cycle, they will come a little closer. In this process, they will leave gravitational waves, that is, waves in space that will spread in the universe at the speed of light. These waves will be so powerful that they can be detected from billions of light years away. And a time will come when these two black holes will meet each other and become a single large black hole. This meeting will be such an event that is very rare in the universe. The meeting of two supermassive black holes is a universal opportunity. The new black hole will be so huge that its weight will be more than 25 crore times that of the Sun, and it will sit right in the center of the new galaxy, tied to billions of stars by its gravity. A new universal king, which was born from a union of two galaxies. How will the galaxy be formed after the collision? Scientists have already named it Milkomeda. It is made by combining the names of Milky Way and Andromeda. And some scientists also call it Milkdromeda. But whatever the name, this new galaxy will be completely different from our Milky Way today. The biggest change will be its shape. Today, Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, which has beautiful rotating spiral arms. But after the collision, this spiral shape will break. The new galaxy will become an elliptical galaxy, that is, a round or egg-shaped galaxy. It will not have spiral arms, but it will have a large group of stars which will be rotating around the center. This change is very big because the sky we see today looks like this because of our spiral arms. In the new galaxy, the total number of stars will be more than 1 trillion. It will have all the stars of Milky Way, all the stars of Andromeda, and the new stars that will be formed during the collision will also be there. Yes, during the collision, a lot of gas and dust will be compressed together to form new stars. This will not be a disaster. It will be a new beginning. New stars, new planets, and maybe the possibilities of new life. Now the question we want to think about the most is, will life be saved in this collision? The answer is very difficult. First, it is important to understand that the collision is a slow process. This is not a one-day event. It will happen in millions of years. So life on any planet will not feel like a big shock at once. The conditions will change slowly, but there will be some dangers. During the collision, many new stars will be formed, and many of them will be very big. Big stars die quickly and explode in a supernova. A supernova can end life in the vicinity of hundreds of light years. If our solar system reaches such an area, it will be a very bad news for life on Earth. And during the collision, such incidents will be very common. But there is also a ray of hope. Maybe during the collision, some new planets will be formed which are suitable for life. Maybe there will be new opportunities for life in the universe. So this collision is not just the end, it is also the beginning. We just don't know whether our own civilization, humanity, will be able to survive this change or not. Maybe we have already settled on many planets, or maybe we are completely finished by then. This is a question that only time can answer. Suppose we have a spacecraft that can go ahead in time. We sit in it and go to see this whole collision. The first obstacle will be 2 billion years from today. As soon as we reach here, we will see Andromeda much bigger than before in the sky. Its spiral arms will be clearly visible. It will be a beautiful sight. But by then, the situation on Earth would have changed a lot. The sun would have become so hot that there would be no water left on the surface of the Earth. The next obstacle will be 4 billion years later. Now the collision will just begin. The outer spiral arms of both galaxies will start touching each other. Two large structures will be visible in the sky, which will gradually merge into each other. New stars will be born very fast, and the sky will be filled with bright blue and pink colors. This will be the most beautiful sight in the history of the universe if someone sees it. The last obstacle will be 7 billion years later. Now the collision will be complete. Milky Way and Andromeda will merge to form a new galaxy. There will be no spiral arms in the sky. There will be just a large group of stars. Both black holes will merge to form a large black hole. And our sun, which is an ordinary star today, would have become a dead white dwarf at that time, which would be quietly settling in some corner of this new galaxy. It would be surprising to know that this will not be the first collision for Milky Way. Our galaxy has passed through many small galaxies in its entire life. Scientists have found many proofs of this. There are a group of stars in our galaxy whose movement is very different from the rest of the stars. These are actually remnants of some other galaxy which had met with Milky Way billions of years ago. There is a famous case of a galaxy named Gaia Enceladus. It collided with Milky Way about 10 billion years ago, and now its remnants are a part of our galaxy. Similarly, a small galaxy named Sagittarius Dwarf Galaxy is still meeting with Milky Way. It is slowly being pulled into the gravity of our galaxy and will become a part of it in the next few billion years. That is, the meeting of galaxies is not a rare event in the universe. It is a common process that has been going on for billions of years. Every big galaxy has met many small galaxies in its life, and will continue to do so in the future. Our collision with Andromeda is also a part of this process, but it is much bigger than the other collisions because both the galaxies are of almost the same size. In the universe, it is a cosmic cycle in which galaxies are born, collide, meet, and give birth to new galaxies. In the end, the thing to think about is what this collision teaches us. We often think of the universe as a stable and peaceful place, but in reality, it is constantly changing. Stars are born, die, galaxies collide, and new ones are formed. This is an endless process that has been going on for billions of years and will continue to go on for billions of years. We are a very small part of this huge game. The collision of Milky Way and Andromeda also reminds us that nothing is forever. The sky that we see today, the stars that we consider to be celestial, the constellations that we have named, they will all change one day. Our next generations may see the same sky that we are seeing, but after billions of years, this whole scene will have changed. And this change is not a lack, but the beauty of the universe. And maybe this is the real lesson. We live in a universe that is always new. Every end is a new beginning. The collapse of two galaxies will give birth to a new galaxy. Maybe new stars, new planets, and new life will be born in that new galaxy. Maybe a new civilization will be born there which will look at the sky after billions of years and think about how its galaxy was formed. And by then, our story, our entire human civilization will be remembered as a small chapter of the universe.